am I enlightened or am I just numb? Am I numb right now? No, actually not. I'm feeling so many things all at once. There's like 6 lanes of high-speed traffic processing going on in my brain, and to me that's very actually exciting. But the past many months have been hell for my creative self. I've experienced feeling the lack of ambition for maybe the first time in my life. I'm very used to wanting to create something, wanting to see something develop, wanting to foster and nurture some sort of creative idea into something at least semi-grandiose. I'm just kind of that person. That's the natural vibe that runs through me. And for a while, I just wasn't feeling anything. I was just like, I exist. I go through my little life, and sometimes I make a little thing out of it, and sometimes I don't. But for the most part, it's just I'm just experiencing. And there's part of me that, like in the last video, I talked about how sort of life is just sort of like gliding through my hands, and there's something kind of cool about that. But I would say the lack of ambition paired with that is very not chill. And for a bit, I was just saying, maybe I'm just like totally at peace with not producing anything out of this like ego self. And I'm not trying to be full of myself here. Also, that's a bit like paradoxical. I was just like, maybe this is the reality. I was just simply trying to make sense of my reality. Why am I not feeling these old impulses that I was before? Why am I content to not do, you know? And I'm not Christian, but I do pray. And I missed my ambition so much that I prayed to the universe to get it back. I was like, please just let me like feel the want of something, you know? Let me have desire back, because I'm very bored without desire, as it turns out. And I think this is also one of the reasons why I distanced myself from Buddhism, is because I like that part of being a human. I'm a human. If I incarnated in this form, in this life, that means I'm here to sort of experience all that comes with this form, right? I'm not really meant to permanently transcend it. I can experience moments of transcendence. That's really rad and cool. But sort of ultimately, I'm a human, and I want and I desire. And I did work on myself to sort of foster creative potential within me, to try to heal from like some not chill stuff. And finally, I really do feel this reawakened sense of wanting to work on long-term projects. Unfortunately, all of my projects are like long, big things. Like I wish I could just put out a thing. I mean, I'm putting out a thing here, but you know, gosh darn, like albums, you know? I'm working on an album, trying, doing my best. Anyways, sort of feeling these old emotions come back to me and feeling how safe I feel in them and how alive and energized I feel by them. I'm like, well, this is who I am. And that self that did not experience ambition and desire, that felt sort of like a husk. And I think that husk, this is my hypothesis right now, I think that husk was informed by a lot of rejection that I experienced, especially upon moving to a new city. And there was rejection that happened before that. It was just very much stacked on top of each other. And I think that I started to shut down sort of very gradually and sneakily in the way that depression does, so that I didn't even like realize what was going on. And that shut down, numb reality just became my like day-to-day. And that's super not chill by me. Like I'm a person that wants to experience things. I'm a person that wants to do stuff. I'm like a worm in the dirt and my entire body is my tongue. I want to just taste the isness of experience. And yeah, like I do think that it was important for me to experience that, because the contrast of that experience with what I have now, the information of my emotions and feelings and energized beingness of creativity, all of that as a combined viewpoint now really allows me some clarity and some comfort around meaning making. Yeah. Because like things happen to you and it's kind of your job to make sense of them. But sometimes things don't really make sense until you experience the opposite of that thing and then you go, oh, okay. And I guess that feels exciting. Clarity is exciting. Clarity feels like possibility. And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say for the moment. Okay, all right. Have a good night.